You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. What is happening? It is a Thursday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew. For everybody that is listening on the airwaves of the mightier 1090, glad to have you guys along. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, happy to have you guys here as well, especially those of you that joined our fantasy football league we were just talking about and were part of our fantasy football chat last night. By the way, sorry, man, I screwed the whole thing up. I didn't realize. I thought I was on auto draft because I can't stand having to sit around for 2 minutes and wait while people are trying to make their picks. I thought I was on auto draft. Turns out that when I was in the commenting section hanging out with everybody, that nullified the auto draft. So I'm the idiot that may just stick around for 2 minutes every pick. Sorry about that, everybody. I didn't know. My bad. For everybody that is listening on audio podcast, we're happy to have you guys here. And for those of you that are tonight watching on TV, I guess my question to you guys would be, what's your problem? You know, like if you're watching us right now on television, on Channel 4 San Diego, Channel 4 Santa Barbara, 118 Palos Verdes in Orange County, we're happy that you're watching on a Thursday night. But let's face it, when you're on television from 7 to 8 p.m., that's a really good time, unless you got like Jeopardy fans or Wheel of Fortune fans or some kind of people who like news or live games, you know, but there's no Padre game tonight, but there is this NFL football game right in the middle of our TV broadcast. So for those of you that catch up to us on TV, if you want the entire show, youtube.com/Kaplan and Crew, youtube.com/Kaplan and Crew. All right, Browner, Grande, let me throw this at you guys. Where would you like to start? Would you like to start with tonight's NFL game, Tampa and Dallas? You want to start with the Angels and the Padres from yesterday, or the Dodgers and the Cardinals from yesterday, and where we are in the baseball playoff race? Because this vote right here goes for football.
Football, bro. Football. This ain't really that hard for me. It's time. We've been waiting we talk about baseball all year, ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. We still got some more ups and we still got some more downs to go. Let's talk about tonight's game, man.
Yeah, the baseball gods did us a favor. We got tonight off. We get to relax before the Padres-Dodgers weekend, so let's just go football.
I'm surprised baseball playing at all today. They should have took the day off nationally.
Right, should be a holiday. Like all baseball games should be before 5 p.m. Pacific time. Every baseball game should be over so that all the baseball players and all the baseball fans can jump on board with tonight's football game.
By the way, did you see, we're speaking of fantasy football last segment and baseball now, did you see how the Dodgers baseball players determined their fantasy football draft? Not by just giving it to yourself because you're the commissioner of the league.
This guy.
Wow.
You going to keep doing that? Are you going to keep doing that?
They set up a tee box on home plate. They put a pin in dead center field, and they did closest to the hole determines your pick for fantasy football.
Yeah, because we definitely could have done that.
What is it you're blaming Browner for?
I'm not blaming Browner about anything.
You are. Yes, you are.
Listen, Browner is the commissioner of the league. He took the responsibility of setting up the league, which is, a pain in the ass. I know. I've done it before.
John Goodale.
But I never gave myself the first pick of the draft.
Browner, how did you give yourself the first pick? You just said, hey, I'm the guy who set it all up, therefore I get the first pick. Is that your rationale?
So John Goodale sat down, looked at the situation, chose the snake draft because John Goodale thought that was the best way to go. John Goodale changed the time 3 times to make sure that it fit everybody to get in, changed the date twice to make sure it fit everybody to get in. John Goodale sent out all the emails, and John Goodale really didn't even pay attention that they just gave the picks out to me first, because that was something that I didn't really look that deep into.
Wait, Alex, are you saying that John Goodale here, the commissioner of our fantasy football league,
right?
You're suspended.
He actually gave himself the first overall pick, or what Goodell is saying is that ESPN's app just handed it to him, like, hey, you know what? You're the commissioner. You're doing all this work.
That's
just so happens you're getting the first pick. Alex, are you saying that it's random, or did Browner actually go 1 through 16?
So 1 hour before the draft, ESPN, if you choose, just randomizes it for you. I am not saying that did not happen.
Wow, this guy, what are you talking about?
So what my alleged assumption is that he randomized it and he got the first pick and saw it, and instead of being like, you know what, I'm the commissioner, I shouldn't have the first pick, he left it. That's all.
First of all, I didn't even know I had the first pick until.
Oh, you knew you had the first pick.
I didn't
we were
know
calling you out an hour before the draft because that's how long they give you, an hour.
I didn't have the first pick until someone told me I had the first pick. I had no knowledge of that.
And just like if you want to call yourself John Goodell, and just like the fans do at any public appearance, boo!
That's okay.
Yeah, really.
That's
Commissioner
okay.
gets booed.
John Goodell can take it. John Goodell can take it. He can take it.
Anyways, whatever.
So what'd you pick with the first overall pick, Commissioner?
What? My favorite white guy, Christian McCaffrey.
Hell yeah, get up, white guy.
In between him and Joe Biden, and Joe Biden wasn't available, so I chose Christian McCaffrey.
Joe
Biden's
your
your second favorite white guy?
Yeah. He gave checks to everybody.
Oh,
I haven't got a check from him.
You better check your bank account.
Talk about Trump.
What about when Trump was giving away checks? Was he your favorite white guy?
He was, and he out. He got replaced.
Is he your favorite commentator now? Your favorite white commentator?
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Donald Trump actually goes through with this, and he good. I'm in every time. I'm in every time. Listen, I was in when Obama was doing Final Four picks. I was in on that. I'm gonna be in on this. Like it's not political. I want to be entertain me.
Anyways,
once you're back to entertainment, I'm in.
All I'm saying is the only thing that was rigged was that he gave himself the first pick. That is it.
But I had the last pick too.
Well, of course, that's what a snake is.
Right. So what you get mad at me for?
Because you got yourself the first pick.
Everybody chose twice. I would have rather chosen twice before choosing last and first.
Okay.
Hey, Alex, will you put up on the screen for everybody? Because I thought this was really interesting in the first part of the show today. You talked about the odds for who's going to miss action in the NFL first. You can actually wager on this. This is the first player to miss a game due to COVID protocol. And by the way, I'm not positive, but whoever posted this, I think the word protocol is misspelled here.
It is.
I think so.
Protocol.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson plus 450. He's not vaccinated. He's been public about it. Cole Beasley is plus 500. He's also not been vaccinated, been very public. Kirk Cousins wants to live in a bubble. Carson Wentz is hiding behind religion. I don't know what Adam Thielen's deal is. DeAndre Hopkins
with Kirk Cousins. That's his.
Oh, that's right. DeAndre Hopkins was the first guy to threaten retirement.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, I didn't realize. I'm kind of disappointed by that. Najee Harris is plus 750. Christian McCaffrey, I don't know. Is he not vaxxed? Or maybe they're just throwing him into this whole thing. Joe Mixon and Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson is plus 800.
That bear.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him there. Right there, Browner, one of your guys. You know,
Listen,
I wanted
to
to.
Wait, it says Dave Mason. Is this the Dave Mason from?
No.
Okay. I was about
not
to say.
the old radio DJ. No. Different guy. You know, I thought it was pretty interesting. I was reading a story today in the New York Post that Howard Stern went on the air yesterday, and he was talking about radio personalities that are conservatives that were encouraging people not to get the vaccine. And a couple of these people, three of them, there were four people that Stern called out. Four people that are conservative radio talk show hosts who are all anti-vaxxers on air and trying to dissuade people from getting the vaccination. Three of the four radio hosts died of COVID. Can you imagine this, right? You're on the radio and you're telling people, don't get the vaccine. You're legitimately on the radio talking to thousands and thousands of people, and you're telling them the vaccine's garbage, it's nonsense, don't trust it, don't trust the government, et cetera, don't get the vaccine. Three of the four hosts died of COVID. And what Stern said on the air yesterday, I thought it was actually great, was screw those guys. Screw them. You know, they talk about wanting their freedom. I want my freedom, meaning I'm vaccinated and I want to go live my life. But the reason that I feel like I still can't go out there and do it is because of people like this. So screw those guys. And you know, what's funny to me is the whole anti-vaxxer community came running after me after my commentary on KUSI about football players. I wasn't talking about the whole world. You do you, man. I was at the Padre game the other night. I was sitting there with four guys. Three of us were vaxxed. One of us wasn't. We didn't get into an argument about it. We didn't get into a fight about it. I didn't even ask him details about why have you chosen not to do it. He made his decision. You know what? If he gets sick and he goes to the hospital and he doesn't make it out, that's the consequence of the decision he made. But here's what I would say to the anti-vax community. You guys want to go after somebody? I'm a little tiny minnow in a little tiny fishbowl. Howard Stern is a giant whale in a massive ocean. Go talk to Howard Stern, because let me tell you something. That's influence. You know, that's why, to me, if you have that kind of influence, that's why LeBron James should be telling people to get vaccinated. That's why Lamar Jackson should get vaccinated and then share that news with people. It's ridiculous to me that in this country, with this sort of access to this vaccine, that we're all not vaccinated. And, these doctors are so fatigued by this whole thing. I almost feel like there should be two kinds of hospitals. One where you get sick and you got to go, and the other one where you have COVID and you got to go. Because when you get sick and you need to get into a hospital, if you can't get in because the hospital's all filled up with COVID people, you're like, what the hell? All these people had the same access to the vaccine that I had. They selfishly didn't want to take it, and now they're in the hospital. Now, look, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate today. Oh, we are. But you got me started on.
I didn't. You did it. You
did this on your own.
You did this on your own. You're like, put up the odds of these unvaxxed fools.
Yeah.
I got a side note about Howard Stern. I want to call Howard Stern now.
You better not.
Sirius XM offered me 3 free months of premium Sirius, and I took it because I like to listen to Howard Stern. And that fool takes the whole summer off. He's not even on my entire 3 months.
They got you.
He got me. You got me.
That's hilarious.
It's the best time to give it away.
Yeah. And then I forgot to cancel. So now I had to pay for a month. And now he's back. So now I'm going to go back. It's like $13. I'm going to go back. And now that I know he's back, I just looked it up. He interviewed Martin Short and the other guy that I always
Steve Martin.
It's so smart that he takes the summer off because nothing really happens during the summer.
Dude, it was his first time actually really taking the full summer off.
Really smart.
Yeah.
Either
way.
Look,
what did he miss?
Look, let me explain something to you. When you are making $45-50 million a year and you're still having to wake up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning to get on the air or whatever it is, at some point you're either like, I'm going to retire and leave, or I can still collect these paychecks, but I can't work like this anymore. Because I don't know how old Howard is, but he's got to be in his 60s, and he's like, look, I'm married to a young girl. I got a great life. I'm got generational wealth now. Why do I work like this?
He's 67.
Yeah. Why does he still work
60
like
what?
that?
7.
67.
Oh my.
Yeah.
And his wife is 49.
Yeah, I went to college with her.
You should get her on the show.
Good luck.
Whatever.
Good luck.
Whatever. All right, listen, let me have a minute here since we were talking about fantasy football and then we were talking about COVID odds and then I was on my COVID rant, my vaccination rant. I want to remind everybody today about DraftKings, and I want to remind you again to please do this for us, and I say for us because it's for me and for you, me, John, Grande, and for you too. Download the DraftKings app, okay? And here's why. When you use our promo code GreatFriends, you get a free shot at $1 million during week 1, which kicks off tonight. Don't miss out on this action. Enter GreatFriends, that's your code, for a free shot at millions of dollars in prizes with your first deposit. The code is GreatFriends. It's only on DraftKings. This is the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. It's only a $5 deposit. That's all that is required. There are some eligibility restrictions. You can go to the website, DraftKings.com, for more information. But I'm just asking all the great friends out there, I want you to win this money. I also want you to download the DraftKings app and use the code GreatFriends because that keeps DraftKings on the show a whole lot longer. So I'm like overly honest when it comes to this kind of stuff. They came to us through a big ad agency, a big national ad agency. And the guy who placed that stuff called me yesterday and goes, dude, the podcast is doing great on audio. The YouTube channel is getting more views than ever before. DraftKings is super happy with what you guys are doing. And so keep it up, man. And so I say thank you to the great friends. And for those of you who have not taken the time to download the DraftKings app, do it. Use our promo code GreatFriends and get in there and try and win all those prizes that DraftKings is giving away. Okay, tonight, the game, the actual game. It's like a Super Bowl kind of, And I say it like that just meaning because it's only one game that kicks off the entire season, and it features the defending Super Bowl champions and all 22 of their starters coming back, and the most famous player of the last 25 years in football, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers take on the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, the team that was on Hard Knocks, the team that, if you watched the Hard Knocks series, you found out, Dak Prescott is recovering from this brutal ankle injury last year, but the whole preseason he's dealing with a baseball throwing shoulder injury and barely practiced at all. So tonight, not just the game, but the event. That's what makes Thursday night, the NFL kickoff, so exciting. It's not just a football game. It's like a Super Bowl caliber event tonight. Music and stars, celebrities, and one game that the whole country's watching. What do you guys think?
I can't wait to. Is it Al Michaels? This is an NBC game, right? This is always NBC. I can't wait to hear Uncle Al. His voice always gets me going, man. I like it on Thursday nights. I don't love it on Sunday nights because Sunday night means that the weekend's almost over. But hearing him on Thursday night, hearing him kick off the NFL season, I don't know how you guys feel, but I just have felt like this offseason has been so long in the NFL season that I can't remember being as excited for a football season to kick off as I am today. I think the normalcy of having full stadiums back. Sorry, Browner. I think the just everything going kind of back to normal. Obviously, we will deal with COVID, but it's good to see. And I think the ratings are going to spike. We saw them all dip last year, but everything going back to normal. I'm so stoked. I'm very ready for it tonight. Bucs plus 8.5. I mean, Cowboys plus 8.5. Excuse me.
You're taking the Cowboys. All right. So you're going to become you're going to get into gambling this year. I like it very much. Okay. Let me do this. Let me hear from Tom Brady. Let's all take a listen to what Tom Brady had to say. If we think we're excited, let's hear what the GOAT has to say. Go ahead and play it.
I feel pretty good. I feel like, we got a great opportunity ahead of us. And, anytime you start the season, it's the first game of the year, it's pretty exciting. I know the stadium will be packed, and it'll be an exciting night for all of us. We worked pretty hard to get to this point, and now we're through all the physical prep. Now we got a couple more days to 48 hours plus to really mentally prepare and lock in, and then try to go play our best game.
All right. Terrible audio, by the way.
Yeah,
terrible sweater.
Get it together, Bucks.
That sweater's atrocious.
Really?
Who's designing the fashion there?
Who do you think? Take a look at it one more time. Who do you think's designing?
Where our homeboy Zap at? Hey, yo, Zap, get in on this, bro.
We got a great opportunity ahead of us.
Look at that. That's terrible.
Well, wait, but stop. Let me tell you who you asked. That ain't from the Zap collection.
Pascal.
That's from the Bill Belichick collection of hooded sweatshirts with the arms cut off.
I was speaking more of the design. I like the sleeves cut off. I like it when it's designed right.
Cut off?
Yeah. You didn't see his forearms?
No, they're not cut off. It has this thing on the shoulders that makes it look like it's cut off, but it's all connected.
Pretty good.
Wait,
I feel pretty good. I feel
it's all connected.
I was talking about below the elbow.
Below the
And anytime
below the elbows. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about. Never mind.
All right, let's hear Dak Prescott because I couldn't.
You want to talk about fashion?
Yeah.
This man's hat. I need one for the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm definitely ready. I mean, I'm excited. I put a lot of work to get to this point. Whether it was months ago, just rehabbing the ankle, to the last few months, keeping the feet working while I let my arm rest. But there's so much work that I've put into this. I'm just excited just to go out there and be a part of the full game. Just being out there with my brothers and getting to do something that I love.
No, that's a hat right there.
Hey man, let me say something. Let me say something. And I don't care. Oh, listen.
What the hell's
here comes the hater.
Get ready, Joe Rigby.
Yeah. We should have a hater alarm, dude.
Yeah, we do.
But you don't know when it's gonna happen. So it just hits me, man. Sometimes it just hits me. I'm not a fan of Derek Jeter. I'm just not, and it's okay. That's my opinion. This guy's turning into Derek Jeter for me. I don't like him. He's overrated. He gets so much praise because of who he plays for. Dak Prescott is a story because he's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, and he is a byproduct of the machine that Jerry Jones has created for his franchise. So hats off to Jerry Jones for doing that. But this guy he's average, man. He's so average, and people talk about him.
Is Derek Jeter average?
To me, yes.
Please,
I'm not a fan of Derek Jeter. If Derek Jeter played for the Kansas City Royals, he'd be a nobody.
But he did.
Period.
No. Derek Jeter.
You're right. He didn't.
Derek Jeter was the captain of the New York Yankees.
Right. Yes.
In the heyday of the Yankees dynasty, call it in the late 90s and early 2000s. And he was a monster star.
Yes.
And look, if he played in Kansas City and they were never any good,
he would have got traded.
He
would have signed somewhere else
to afford him.
Yeah.
Right?
He would have ended up on the Yankees anyway.
Yankees or Dodgers.
Listen. Let me just say one thing about Derek Jeter. I loved Derek Jeter. Great player. Don't tell me he's overrated. Great player. Clutch player. Made huge plays in World Series. He didn't make big plays in the middle of the regular season like Fernando Tatis's career thus far. He made
Wow.
huge plays. That's a fact. He made huge plays in the middle of the World Series year after year after year, and was the captain of that team in the pressure cooker that is New York City. He didn't play for the Mets in New York. He played for the Yankees in New York City.
He brought Jordan to baseball, Browner. How can you hate that? Like, he was the first
Dude.
guy to wear Jordan cleats. Now everybody's wearing Jordan.
But all of that said, let me tell you something. Can I ask you guys a question? Because we were talking football, but then Browner brought us into baseball for a second. What the hell is baseball doing? Why do you have a Hall of Fame induction on a Wednesday afternoon, middle of the day?
Dumb.
Why isn't it on a Sunday afternoon? Why isn't it on a Saturday
Why
afternoon?
isn't it at the All-Star break? It makes no sense. The All-Star break is the celebration of the sport. It's the Midsummer Classic. Dude, part of the festivities should be that.
Wednesday afternoon in the middle of the day are the Hall of Fame inductions.
In September.
And by the way, nobody else thought Derek Jeter was overrated other than one person who didn't vote for him for the Hall of Fame.
Good.
Almost unanimous, only one. So it was probably Browner who didn't vote. All right, stick around, everybody. We're in the 7 Mile Casino studios. We were talking about football. We'll go more in depth coming right back.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Welcome back. Please join us in welcoming the Race and Sports Radio Show back home to 1090. Join host Felix Taverna every Saturday at 9 a.m. for the very best horse racing coverage in all of Southern California. The all-new and mightier 1090.
Oh, man.
Let's get you to this moment.
Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
Of relief.
Awesome, I think.
Protection.
Just got vaccinated.
I just got vaccinated.
No one just got vaccinated.
Hope. So that we can get to all the other moments. Let's get you to the exhale you didn't know you were waiting for. Let's get it together so we can be together. Let's get to immunity. Now's your moment to get vaccinated.
Stadium in San Diego. It has been a sellout the last few days. Loyal SC ready to kick off this season. Stadium in San Diego. Professional soccer has finally arrived.
This year, Jobtoberfest is Wednesday, October 13th. It's the largest annual job fair in San Diego County for people with disabilities. CAES is one of our major sponsors.
CASE is excited to be a partner of this year's Jobtoberfest. At CASE, we believe that our people are our most important asset and value the talent that individuals with disabilities bring to our organization. Join our team and launch your career at CASE. Hope to see you there.
Time now for Kaplan and Crew tonight's Community Connect.
Shelter to Soldiers selects dogs from shelters and rescue groups all throughout California. Our ideal candidate at Shelter to Soldier is 8 months to a year and a half old. They're confident in different environments. They have strong social drive. Another motivator like food or toy drive. And ultimately, these are dogs that want to have a job and that have a greater purpose to become a service dog. Currently, about 85% of our dogs pass their service dog training. But if they don't pass, they become a career change. We don't like to use the word failure around here. So career change to an emotional support animal, or if that doesn't work out, then they career change to a pet dog. Still finding a loving placement and purpose in life.
We are in the hope business. What we do every day
And what we've done for 40 years is to provide kids and families going through critical illnesses hope that tomorrow's going to be a better day. My favorite wish is the next one, because that is the power of our organization, is to bring hope to kids who are going through something right now, and hope can't wait. So people can get involved now by donating resources. They can donate in kind. They can donate their time as volunteers. They can donate dollars, because kids are still getting diagnosed with illnesses that qualify for Make-A-Wish every day. So people can visit us online at sandiego.wish.org. They can visit us and follow us on social media. There are so many ways to get connected, and people can help in many, many different ways. We need your support now more than ever, because illness doesn't take a vacation and it doesn't take a break because of COVID-19.
Southern California radio is a special game, a unique game from the sandy beaches of the Baja and all the way to Santa Barbara. My voice sounds pretty cool. The all-new and mightier 1090.
Nothing about the last year was normal, but you weathered it with grace, ingenuity, and creativity. In empty classrooms and full Zooms, you kept it together when we were apart. For all that you are, for all that you do, we salute you. Salute to Teachers is proudly sponsored by these charitable companies.
People often ask me, what is the Ronald McDonald House? We are a home away from home for families with a child in medical crisis. We opened our doors in 1980, and ever since then, our job has been to support families who have a child in the hospital. And those families often have kids who are very sick or perhaps injured. We're literally 5 minutes from the bedside here at the Ronald McDonald House, so if a mom and dad need to get to the bedside, they can get there very quickly. If it's possible to imagine a child in the hospital, you can begin to imagine the stress that a mom and dad are under when they're in there acting as partners in care for their child. Our job really is to give them a place where they can find some respite, some relaxation for a moment or two before they head back to the hospital. If you'd like to support the Ronald McDonald House, visit our website at rmhcsd.org. You can make a donation, you can learn how to volunteer, you can learn more about exactly the programs and services we provide. There's even a wish list there, so you can send or drop off the kinds of supplies we need here to care for families 24 hours a day, every day of the year.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
Orange County Soccer Club played to a 2-2 draw against El Paso Locomotive FC on Friday. OCSC rallied from a 1-0 deficit to take a 2-1 lead in the 67th minute after a goal from Shauna Coley. But the Locomotive were able to even it up in the 89th minute and hold on for the draw. Eric Calvillo was named USL Championship Man of the Match for his 1 assist, 6 key passes, and completion of 51 of 54 passes overall. OCSC has now had 2 straight draws. They sit at number 3 in the Pacific Division behind the San Diego Loyal and just ahead of the Tacoma Defiance. OCSC next hosts the Las Vegas Lights FC on Saturday. You can catch the game right here on YourView. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by YourView.
Here it comes, Jalen Johnson. 3 touchdowns on the night.
Watch out.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
To the end zone. Christakis pulls it in. What a catch!
Over the middle, right there in his hand. A throw down towards the end zone. In stride, touchdown, Dono. Thibodeau breaks another tackle.
Big run up the middle. Touchdown.
This year, Jobtoberfest is Wednesday, October 13th. It's the largest annual job fair in San Diego County for people with disabilities. CAES is one of our major sponsors.
CASE is excited to be a partner of this year's Jobtoberfest. At CASE, we believe that our people are our most important asset and value the talent that individuals with disabilities bring to our organization. Join our team and launch your career at CASE. Hope to see you there.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Great friends, we are back in the 7 Mile Casino studios here of Kaplan and Crew, along with Grande and the Brown Man. Happy to have everybody along on this Thursday afternoon, where tonight the NFL will kick off. I want to get back to the NFL because what we started talking about was football. Browner somehow brought in Derek Jeter, and like he always likes to do, he likes to hate on all the good guys in sports. I'm a huge Derek Jeter fan. Although, if I'm being totally honest here, I had no idea that the Baseball Hall of Fame inductions were going on yesterday. Hey, baseball, maybe next time you might want to consider a little thing called promotion. And you might also want to consider not having the Baseball Hall of Fame inductions right in the middle of the day on a Wednesday afternoon. Just throwing out concepts here, just throwing out ideas. Hey, if you're with us on radio, happy to have everybody along on 1090. If you're with us tonight on television, happy you're here because let's face it, you got a lot of other things that you could be watching right now, but instead you're hanging out with us, which is great. YouTubers, be involved in that chat. So many of you YouTubers are now part of our fantasy football league. We were all over each other last night in the comment section while the draft was happening. And audio podcasters, whenever you want it, man, you got it. So, all right, Grande, Brown Man.
Yeah.
Kick off tonight. Alex, what is the line currently at right now?
9.5.
Anybody here taking Tampa Bay to cover the 9.5 over Dallas?
Easily, by the way. Easily. I'm so tired of this narrative that Dak's good. This is gonna be great for me. It's gonna be great for me. I love it.
So the same way that you accuse people of doing if he wins or doesn't win, you're gonna do the same thing all week?
Oh,
if he
I'm
loses this
gonna
game?
lead the parade.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lead the parade. I'm driving the bus, man. I'm done with this guy. I'm done with this guy.
Really?
You guys can have him.
Didn't even give him like a chance to recover from his ankle injury, miss most of last season, get the big payday in the offseason.
Congrats.
Then have to deal with a shoulder injury. Not even going to give the guy a chance. And not even going to root for a good story, a good comeback story.
Nah, bro, I'm good. Ain't no comeback story. The comeback is complete. He got the money. That's it. Story's complete.
This is Hard Knocks bias speaking for me because this happens to me every year after I watch Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks what?
Hard Knocks bias.
Oh, thank you.
It was hard to put together.
Yeah, Hard Knocks bias was hard. That was, yeah.
Yeah, Hard Knocks bias is speaking for me right now. It happens every year.
Yeah.
I watch Hard Knocks and I believe. I believe.
Yeah.
And the only person I believe, the only player I believe in more this year, Zeke Elliott.
Yeah.
I did a full 180 on Zeke. I did not like Zeke. I thought he was serving.
He's their
I
best
thought
player.
he was conceited. I thought he was selfish. And I watched Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
He is a saint of a human.
Why? What did you
and
learn?
He will.
Because I only watched episode 1 of Hard Knocks. What did you learn about Zeke
His
Elliott?
personality is like it was a joy to watch. He just seems like a really good person. He seems like a really good teammate. And I know he knew cameras were on, but still, like Dak came off like a dick. Like
Shocker.
so it wasn't like Zeke was, I don't know, if maybe he was acting, but I think Zeke is healthy. And I know that they're missing Zach Martin, which is one of their linemen, but I think Zeke is going to have a re-breakout year and rush for over 1,500 yards this year. I think he's going to lead the Cowboys to a near 500 record.
If Mike McCarthy runs the football, the Cowboys will be good. If Mike McCarthy relies on Dak to throw 35 to 40 times a game, they will not be good. It's that simple. Zeke's their best player. The team's built around Zeke being successful, but they keep throwing the ball. They did it with Andy Dalton. It made no sense to me. When Zeke's back there, give him the ball. That's why you built the team the way you did, off play action passing, not off, we're just do shotgun, just keep throwing, regardless who the quarterback is. It made no sense.
This is the one time I also complain about the Cowboys being on prime time because it's the first week. You could put anybody on this game and I'm watching.
True.
But the thing about it is that when you make this schedule, and we'll go through the schedule because it's Thursday and tonight is the kickoff, and there's the Ed Sheeran concert. Which, by the way,
who?
Ed Sheeran? Like, to me, does he have a new album out or something? Is like
He has a new song out a while ago.
yeah. I'm okay
Sheeran.
with Ed Sheeran. I mean, I'm not like It's not like I listen. It's not like I've got Ed Sheeran downloaded on my phone and I'm jamming out to him every time I get in the car. I feel like I know a few of his songs, but
I gotta just defend the NFL here for 1 second, and I never do this.
Oh, look at this guy.
Y'all haters need to freaking stop, man.
Which haters?
Anybody they pick for any event, everybody hates.
Nah, bro,
Everybody
don't do
hates.
that.
No.
If they'd have picked Drake, I'd have been down.
Well,
You're
Drake's
never
working
gonna
with
pick
ESPN to do
Yeah,
like Monday
he's
Night
got ESPN
Football
contract.
Yeah, the
stuff.
music.
Yeah.
Dude, halftime shows complain.
Right. Weekend,
Draft
terrible.
concerts
Oh,
complain.
no. Yeah.
Opening kickoff complain. Everybody hated Kings of Leon at the draft complain. Ed Sheeran, oh my God, complain. Whoever else they put on complain.
The person that I've never heard anybody complain about
Oh, just
is
do Bruno Mars again.
at halftime.
Yeah.
No
Y'all
one
need
can
to get over
about
it.
that.
Y'all
No
need to get
one.
over it.
Yeah.
He did it twice. Move on. Like The
was great.
Sopranos. It's
Both times
over.
it was great.
Find a new show.
I
What is Bruno Mars doing today? Let him do it.
Well,
Nothing.
I guess I just don't know what like the connection of Ed Sheeran is. You know what I mean? And I didn't know if he had a new album out or anything. I haven't heard anything new. from Ed Sheeran.
I'm assuming he has a new album coming out soon.
What's his most famous song? Like, what's the most famous Ed Sheeran?
They're all
song?
slow songs.
No, doesn't he
No,
have a
there's no
couple?
way that this is gonna work for the NFL. Ed Sheeran singing love songs.
By the way, who is tuning in before a game to watch anything?
No one.
Well,
No one.
listen, let me ask you a question.
This is for people that are there.
But what time does the NFL actually take to the airwaves of NBC? Because I've been watching earlier in the day. I was watching CNBC. They did an interview with Al Michaels. They did an interview with Mike Tirico. My goodness, I'm expecting at some point Drew Brees to show up on CNBC because Drew Brees is part of the
You better
Sunday night-
not.
he's
Anytime
part of
he
the-
shows up on a finance channel, he makes a mistake.
Oh, that's true.
So let's keep him off of CNN. Put him on
Yeah.
MSNBC.
Well, Breeze.
NBC Sports Network.
Breeze is part of the Sunday Night Football team. And what's the girl's name? Maria Taylor. She's also part of the Sunday Night Football team, having left ESPN. We talked about that whole
What is she doing?
controversy. She's
Sideline?
No, she's kind of like a studio host of some kind. And I think her and Breeze have a bit together. And when Breeze was last year, when Breeze made the tragic mistake of actually telling people that he still stands for the national anthem, which is no longer popular in America, when Breeze said that, Maria Taylor went on ESPN and ripped his ass. I mean, ripped him relentlessly. From what I was told, Breeze got on the phone with her and they talked it out. And he explained to her his position. She heard it, etc. And she said to him, this is, again, according to what I was told, Drew, I really appreciate the call. And gosh, I really have a different perspective on what you said, but I can't go back on what I said. You know, I said what I said on ESPN because I was offended as an African-American woman about what you said about standing for the flag, and I can't go back on it. So forget it. Because, there's been some media reports that these two are going to work together, and she reamed him, after his comments.
Which is like awesome, by the way.
It is awesome.
Like it's awesome to be able to call somebody out for whatever you feel and still be able to work together. Like it doesn't have to, just because you were disagreeing on something doesn't mean that you can't work together. Like that's a great thing in my
Called professionalism.
yeah.
Drew Brees has played
We
football
forgot
with
about that nowadays.
Drew Brees has played football with a ton of guys he didn't like. Like I'm pretty sure because she dragged him once, they'll figure it out.
Mm.
They look at them paychecks.
Yeah. Well, that's just it,
And I will never
looking at
see
those
it.
paychecks.
Yeah, look at them paychecks. They'll hop over that paycheck and shake hands real quick.
All right, I'm going to go through because tonight is Tampa Bay versus Dallas, but I want to go through the entire week 1 schedule here in just a matter of moments. Before I do, I want to remind all the guys out there about I Thrive MD. Now, I told this story the other day, and here it goes. I get a call from a buddy of mine. He calls me up and he goes, hey, I wanted to ask you, I was listening to 1090, I was listening to the radio show, and I heard you talking about testosterone, and I heard you talking about this new company that you're working with. Do you really use testosterone? And I said to him, I go, listen, this is kind of just part of who I am. If I say I do it on the radio, I do it. Okay. That's just the way it goes. I would never go and tell you to take something that I wouldn't take myself, So here's the story though, is that I explained to this friend of mine, I go, look, when you're 40 years or older, and this guy happens to be 55, I go, look, you might be experiencing muscle loss. You might be uninterested romantically. You may be experiencing erectile dysfunction, something called brain fog. This is worse, depression. You might find yourself in this depressed funk in your life. What the hell is wrong with me? And it could be the result of low testosterone. So here's what I'd like everybody to do. Go to our website, kaplanandcrew.com. Alex can take us there and show us what happens. Go to kaplanandcrew.com, click on the iThrive link. When you click on this iThrive link, it's going to take you to a landing page. That landing page is called ithrivemd.com/Kaplan. Alex, can you possibly take us there so that everybody who's watching on YouTube and everybody who's watching on television can see
would love
this? Thank
to.
you so much. I appreciate that.
If my computer worked.
I understand. This is Dr. Samir Damani. As a matter of fact, I have a meeting coming up with Dr. Samir, and I have an appointment to go in and see the people at iThrive early next week because I want to get another testosterone shot. But they're going to do like all kinds of blood work and test my levels and see where I'm at and everything else. Look, patients are 2 times as likely to die from cardiovascular disease when compared to other guys whose testosterone levels are right on. iThrive MD is very, very unique in their approach to hormone replacement because they use traditional medical therapies, but also natural hormone boosting therapies like IV nutrition, peptides, sleep optimization, oral supplements that address not only testosterone deficiency, but other key drivers of aging like inflammation, poor energy production, and poor muscle recovery. This is San Diego's leading anti-aging and performance optimization clinic. It's iThrive MD. Go to our website, kaplanandcrew.com, click on the iThrive MD logo, go visit this, click on that orange button that Alex is looking at right there, and you're going to find out all the free offers that iThrive MD has. And I want to give you a phone number for those of you that are not driving right now, 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497. This is Dr. Samir Damani. This is iThrive MD, and this is about keeping you healthy and keeping you here longer. iThrive MD, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan. All right. All right, Grande, let's take a look here at the week 1 schedule in the NFL because we know who Browner's Bears are playing on Sunday night.
Already know.
We know.
And my Chargers.
Right. And his Chargers.
Who's?
LA Browns. LA Browns Chargers. Tonight we get things kicked off. Cowboys and the Buccaneers. I think I'm going to take the Buccaneers with you, Browner. I think I'm going to take the Buccaneers to cover. We didn't see Dak. We don't know what he's going to be. We did see Tom Brady in the preseason, 22 returning starters playing in their home stadium after they won the Super Bowl in this stadium last year. I think the Buccaneers can win this game by 10 points.
More.
The Bucs are going to win the game.
More. I'm saying
the Bucs are going to win.
They win.
I just saying
17,
like 9.5.
17 to 20 for me. 17 to 20.
You give me almost any matchup in the NFL with 9.5. I'm probably taking the points.
I mean, we even saw Tom Brady in the preseason playing with all his guys. Like everybody dressed and played in the preseason for the Bucs. Like they're tuned and ready. The Cowboys, this idea of not playing Dak at all, I think that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Well, he had a shoulder injury.
Well, that was the problem, right? He couldn't. He
That's
really
why he
couldn't
didn't play.
go.
So now all of a sudden he's 100% ready to go.
Well, that's just it. I don't.
played the clip.
I don't believe that. I'm not.
I played the clip in his dope hat. He's ready to go.
That's what he says, but I'm not ready to put. If I were going to put money down on this game, I would take Tampa Bay and give the points.
Yeah.
If Andy Dalton was still the quarterback, I'd still take 9.5 in the Cowboys.
Yeah.
No, I would take. Saying the Bucs won't cover.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey, I want to remind everybody just really quickly because we're looking at all the games from this upcoming weekend. You guys know our friends at UDA, UDDA, the app. They've got this thing going on called the Hail Mary Weekly Challenge, and you can win $50,000. If you can pick all 16 NFL games right, you'll win $50,000. So make sure you've downloaded their app, UDA, UDDA, like UDA man, and go ahead and pick all these games. Alex, I know you were doing this last week. Have you already picked all of your week 1 games?
Yeah.
Browner, have you jumped in on this? Because you want to win that 50 grand.
You already know what time it is. I'm waiting to the last minute. I need all my information. I'm a facts-based person when it comes to my picks.
If I win this 50 grand on Monday, you're not going to see me the rest of the week next week.
What are you going to be doing?
Yes, you is. That money going to that wedding.
No, man. I think
that's 50 grand gone.
I think
that win budget's we already got it. This is extra money.
You know what I think he does? I think if he wins $50,000 on this UDA Hail Mary contest, I think he's gone for the week because he's like, you know what? This week I'm buying a house. I got 50 grand right now of found money because I picked 16 NFL games right. I am buying a house this week.
I don't think he'd do that. I don't think that's what he'd spend the week doing.
What is he going to do? Vacation? What's he going to do?
Of course, he loves the vacation. He's a vacation machine if he could.
Well, if I win it on Monday, that means my plan was to go to Manchester and watch Ronaldo play soccer, but they don't play in Manchester until the 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe I could fly to wherever the hell Young Boys is, because that's the Champions League game next week.
What? You're not going to see the little boys?
The young boys.
El Bouquets?
Young boys? What?
El Bouquets.
Not
the
El
kids.
Bouquets. Los
Bouquets.
Them too.
I am. That's October 1st. 2nd.
You win that 50 grand. You win that 50 grand, you can fly wherever they playing and watch.
If I win that 50 grand, maybe I'll just hire them to play at my wedding.
That's a good idea.
Nice.
That's probably like half a song.
Yeah. Here's the rest of the schedule. So Tampa and Dallas tonight, Jacksonville and Houston.
No one's watching that game. No one.
You know what, though? I will say this. I'm interested because I'm curious about Trevor Lawrence. And I got to say, Tyrod Taylor gets another shot in the NFL. No, look, I'm going to watch the red zone. But it's going to be a game that I'm curious about because
neither one of these teams will show up on the red zone.
Whoever the Texans play is who you pick in your survivor pool.
Period.
That's the rule this year.
That's a good idea.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah, go ahead.
The next game?
Yeah.
The Herbolts versus the football team?
Yeah.
Who's favored there?
I would say Washington is favored. I would guess Washington's favored by like 2 or 3 points. Be my guess.
Washington's favored by 1.
By 1 point?
It's ridiculous.
I actually think Washington will win the game. You know, when again, it's a West Coast.
Fitz magic.
It's West Coast. It's a 1 o'clock Eastern time start, so 10 a.m. West Coast time. It's a first-time head coach taking a team west to east, and this is his first game ever as a head coach. Given the circumstances, I will take Washington to win the game. I'll take the home game.
Does west to east really affect you that much in the first game of the season? Now, if this was like week 10, 12, okay, you got me.
No,
but for the first week of the season?
Dude.
Yep.
Brandon Staley's never been a head coach of a Pop Warner team, let alone an NFL team. Now you got to take a team from west to east, and you've got a 10 a.m. kickoff against a veteran coach, a veteran quarterback on their home turf. This is your first game. I'm just telling you that, listen, I may be proven wrong, but I'm going to take Washington.
Wait,
Ron Rivera revenge game.
Wait till we come back with that dub. You'll see.
L.A. Brown in the house.
Throw a parade for being the football team.
Right. Seattle and Indianapolis. There he is, L.A. Brown. Seattle and Indianapolis. You talk about kind of an ugly game, you know?
No, not worse than that other one.
Yeah. But I think Seattle should be able to go win that game. Is Carson Wentz your boy, your top 5 quarterback? Is he planning on playing week 1?
I told you, I'm out of that because of this whole vaccine situation. I'm out.
Got it. Hey, the Jets and the Panthers is an interesting game because you've got Sam Darnold now, the quarterback of the Panthers, and you got the new kid who's the quarterback. Is it Zach Wilson, the new quarterback of the Jets? And I think that's interesting that Darnold
That's
left.
got storylines.
Yeah, that's why they put them together. That's good. Minnesota and Cincinnati, but the storyline there is that the head coach
Burrow.
from
Jamar Chase.
Well, wait, what's your storyline, Grande?
Joe Burrow's back.
Joe Burrow's back, but also Zimmer, the coach of Minnesota, wasn't he the defensive coordinator?
But he's been the head coach for like 10 years in Minnesota.
I'm trying to build storylines here.
I think Joe Burrow's returning. That's the storyline of the game, and Kirk Cousins might be playing in a plexiglass bubble.
All right. Arizona at Tennessee. That's kind of an ugly
Love
one.
that game.
That's gonna be a great game.
Love that game.
Yeah, what do you love about it?
Dude, you got a playoff contender
What's
and you
not
have
to?
an actual AFC contender. Like the Titans are a really, really good team. I think the Cardinals are trying to be an up-and-coming playoff contender. That's a really good matchup, interesting matchup.
Kyler Murray has become, for me, the Steph Curry of football. If he's on, I'm watching.
J.J. Watt back in the AFC South.
Anyway.
San Francisco at Detroit. I'm curious. I mean, Garoppolo says he's the starter. Kyle Shanahan doesn't want to talk about it. Jared Goff in Detroit. That's interesting to me. Pittsburgh Buffalo is interesting because, Ben Roethlisberger back yet again. Josh Allen, this young up-and-coming star. Philadelphia versus Atlanta doesn't do a whole lot for me. Here's the game I love. Cleveland and Kansas City. I love this game. Green Bay and New Orleans. I guess the post-Drew Brees era starts, but then you got Aaron
in Jacksonville.
Rodgers. Oh, right, in Jacksonville, right. And you got Aaron Rodgers, who I think is going to play with a monster chip on his shoulder all year. Denver and the New York Football Giants.
Another ugly game.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna sell me on that? Like a Super Bowl rematch from 20-something years ago?
Nah.
I love Miami and New England.
I do
Mac
too.
Jones and Tua.
Former teammates.
I love that game. I think that's a great game, a great matchup. And then we get to Sunday night, Browners, Bears against my Rams in SoFi Stadium with the crowd for the first time. And I'll tell you right now, you wait until Al Michaels just fells all over SoFi Stadium. He is going to be talking about it. And listen, maybe he did last year, but with the fans in there, he's going to go absolutely nuts. Browner, who are you taking here? Your Bears going to get it done?
Well, I think it's going to be very, very difficult for them on defense. But I'm taking the Bears. Listen, I'm not a fan of Andy Dalton. I wish they would start Justin Fields. I hope I see him for a couple of series, but I'm still pulling for Andy Dalton to be successful because that means the Bears are successful. So
besides tonight's game, the Rams are the highest favored team of any team in the NFL.
And I'll tell you right now, because we got 30 seconds to go, I'll tell you right now, I'll take the Bears to cover because we didn't see Stafford and we didn't see this offense in the preseason. So,
but we saw Dalton.
But unlike Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, I'm gonna go and say, look, I think Chicago can cover the spread. I do. And
you're a jerk, man. You're a jerk.
Monday Night Football, Baltimore at the Raiders. I think I'm going to take the Raiders to win. It's their first home game inside the stadium with fans. I'm going to go with the emotion on the side of the Raiders. Yeah, I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson's your highest rusher of the game.
They're easy. They have no. I think Le'Veon Bell's their now starting running back.
Yep. At least on their practice squad. All right, we're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Stick around, everybody. Grande's going to have the highlight of the day, man. It's coming up.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Our massive signal covers an area where over 24 million people reside. So if you're listening or advertising on another station, we have only one question. Why? The new generation of radio, the all-new and mightier 1090.
Live soccer is back. Watch Orange County Soccer Club, OC's highest level of professional soccer, live on your view. Watch Orange County SC take on the Las Vegas Lights FC, Saturday, September 11th at 7. Watch world-class players and future stars. Transform your summer with a new family game night and outdoor fun all season long. Live soccer is back. Orange County versus the Las Vegas Lights FC, Saturday, September 11th at 7 on your view.
At La Jolla Cosmetic, we try to help people achieve well-being, and we feel that it's not only important to look good, but also feel good inside. And honestly, what a better opportunity to help my community than being a supporter of an organization such as Las Patronas.
The mission of Las Patronas is to provide financial assistance to local nonprofits that are providing valuable community services in the areas of health, education, social services, and cultural arts. La Jolla Cosmetic has been one of our biggest supporters at Las Patronas, so we couldn't do what we do without their support.
You feel the need and you see the need because we go to visit each grant applicant.
Partnering with groups that are actually dedicated to help your community, it's the best thing that you can do as a responsible business.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
Orange County Soccer Club played to a 2-2 draw against El Paso Locomotive FC on Friday. OCSC rallied from a 1-0 deficit to take a 2-1 lead in the 67th minute after a goal from Shauna Coley. But the Locomotive were able to even it up in the 89th minute and hold on for the draw. Eric Calvillo was named USL Championship Man of the Match for his 1 assist, 6 key passes, and completion of 51 of 54 passes overall. OCSC has now had 2 straight draws. They sit at number 3 in the Pacific Division behind the San Diego Loyal and just ahead of the Tacoma Defiance. OCSC next hosts the Las Vegas Lights FC on Saturday. You can catch the game right here on Your View. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
Catch an all-new local show on the Mightier 1090. Please join us every Thursday at 6 p.m. for the Charity Stripe, where you can get 3 out-of-the-box sports minds whose game is knowing yours. Only on a new generation of radio, the Mightier 1090 AM, SoCal Sports Talk.
Explore the Southwest lifestyle, the culture, the music, the food, y más. Join hosts J.R. Cardenas and Vanessa Ramirez on Su Vida. Enjoy the food, discover new artists, and fun things to do.
Watch Su Vida, Sunday night at 7 on Your View. Brought to you by Harrah's Resort Southern California. It's more than a place, it's a state of mind.
Teatro means theater in Spanish, and in Portuguese, and in Tagalog, and in Italian, and in so many languages. We have a lot of communities, a lot of culture here, so that is the reason why teatro is in the name. The mission of Teatro San Diego is to provide arts education to underserved communities, specifically in schools. Our goal is also in tandem with arts education to provide a professional theater company and dance company so that the community can see themselves reflected on stage at the professional level. Places like Subaru have really been so supportive and have helped us come up with projects like the AMI project.
I was so honored to be at an event a few days ago and heard some of the songs from it. These guys rock. This is just an amazing thing that everyone needs to see.
Let's take it up a notch with Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost, powered by the Mightier 1090.
We are in the hope business. What we do every day and what we've done for 40 years is to provide kids and families going through critical illnesses hope that tomorrow's going to be a better day. My favorite wish is the next one, because that is the power of our organization, is to bring hope to kids who are going through something right now, and hope can't wait. So people can get involved now by donating resources. They can donate in kind. They can donate their time as volunteers. They can donate dollars, because kids are still getting diagnosed with illnesses that qualify for Make-A-Wish every day. So people can visit us online at sandiego.wish.org. They can visit us and follow us on social media. There are so many ways to get connected, and people can help in many, many different ways. We need your support now more than ever, because illness doesn't take a vacation and it doesn't take a break because of COVID-19.
Welcome to the Jacobs & Cushman San Diego Food Bank and our 90,000 square foot facility. We feed 350,000 people every single month. Many people ask, how can I help? You can volunteer for the San Diego Food Bank. Just go to sandiegofoodbank.org, register to volunteer. No group is too small, no group is too large, but those volunteers are integral to our success in feeding the community. Another way you can help is by hosting a food drive. Just go online and register your group, your company, or organization. It's that easy. Another great way is through our virtual food drive, where you can literally buy food on our behalf. Lastly, another great way to make an impact is to go online and make a financial contribution to the San Diego or North County Food Bank. On behalf of the San Diego Food Bank, our staff, our volunteers, and the 350,000 people we serve every month, thank you for helping us fight hunger and feed hope in San Diego County.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost is powered by the Mightier 1090. Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Shelter to Soldier is 9 years young with a mission to save lives 2 at a time. We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need.
You know, I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us.
Shelter to Soldier is a nonprofit, and we're able to do the work that we do because of you, the community. Whether it's an individual donating $5 or whether it's a corporate donor like the Barnes firm that's supporting us in sponsoring multiple dogs that are going to make an impact in the veterans' lives in need.
him by my side 24/7 has completely turned my life around. It's not just saving both of our lives. It has made an impact on myself, Nigel, my family, my work. So yes, they definitely have saved our lives.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.